You've seen the pods for the 6.5 and the 8s being made. Now it's time to make tweeter pods. Except for this time it's a little different. I'm not going to use the router. I'm going to actually use a hole saw or 3 and a standard drill and a flathead screwdriver. So check out how we do this. First thing I'm going to do is make some pilot holes. Those are going to have to go all the way through. There's 10 of those. Alright, first thing I'm going to do, because the Rockford tweeter has an 1 3/4 cutout, is use the 1 3/4 hole saw bit. But the thing is that I'm not going to go all the way through. I'm going to go all the way through until there's just a little bit of wood left, because I need that center to stay there until I'm all the way done. So we'll get this started. Remember, on these ones, don't go all the way through yet, because you still need that center pilot hole to stay. So from there, I'm going to switch out to my next size. And for this one, this is 2 1/4. And this one is only going to go about halfway, because it is what makes the tweeter sit flush. So we obviously don't want it to come all the way out. So I'm just going to go in a little bit. Something like that. Always hold the hole saw with 2 hands, because this thing will rip your arm off if you're not careful. Hole saws are no joke. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on to this bigger bit. Alright, now this last one is going to be the biggest one, and that's going to get cut out all the way. Run that one all the way through. So you end up with something that looks just like that, but you're not done yet. We got one more thing to do. Go ahead and bust that hole saw back off. Go back to the original cutout hole, which in this case is 1 3/4. I find it just as easy to flip it upside down. You want to get something to help you hold it. Got a little clamp here. See, now you got that hole on the bottom side, which allows you to line it up perfect. So now it looks something like that, but we're still not done. So from there, that's where the flathead screwdriver comes into play. Take that, put it in there, pop out this little center ring. Comes out very easily. Might be a little rough, you can keep popping it out. Then you end up with something like that, nice and flush. And then, besides a little bit of sanding, it's pretty much a done deal. So there you have it. Now I only have 9 more of these to go. With just a little bit of sanding to knock off the rough edges. Not even a lot of sanding, because this stuff is like butter just about. Just like the larger ones that I did the other day. If I'm not filming every single move I make, this is a pretty quick operation. You just go ahead and use the same bit and do everything you do until you're done. That way you don't have to change it every single time. So, in other words, it's going to be a lot faster from here on out. Best way to duplicate the depth every time is just to look at the marks on the side of the hole saw. You can get pretty close just by doing that, at least for what I'm doing. Cut all these out and pop the middles out and it'll be a done deal. See, the reason I didn't cut the centerpiece all the way out is because I need it all the way to the very end, and that'll be the last thing I do. So there you have it. You end up with that again. Good. Okay, so now you have that. Pop that little ring out. Alright, now you've seen the rings and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool, but what do you do with them? Well, check it out. I'll give you one quick little hint.